Morning. So we're on Dream Diary day 3. Last night I had a bit of a sore head and was feeling quite hot, so I'm in a little t-shirt this morning. This was from my partner's mum, some pyjamas that I'd been given. I think it may have been 3 Christmases ago actually. And yeah, so I still got them. They're lovely and soft, these ones. So that's today's pajamas. As for dreams, last night I dreamt I was away on a sort of weekend away, and I was in this sort of shop to buy some kind of groceries for, I think, just for eating. Maybe we were self-catering or something, I don't know. I didn't really buy anything, I just was sort of trying to make decisions in the shop. Then the dream sort of moved on, and I was with a friend in a field or a sort of garden, a big garden, and I was trying on a wedding dress in this garden, and it was kind of quite nice, but it just didn't quite sit right, didn't quite fit. Liked it, but maybe it was for someone else, wasn't quite for me, couldn't make up my mind. And as I'm looking at the dress and sort of realising it's too long at the bottom and things aren't right about it, I noticed there were these plants and the soil in the garden was really, really dry. And we were like, these plants really need water, they really need to be sort of looked after and nurtured. And we had to water these plants, and we started to water the plants. And that really was sort of the dream. And then I just kept going back, watering the plants again, kept going back, watering the plants again. So when I looked it up, the sort of being on holiday and being away is about relaxing, and about things just coming to you. You know, you're not having to go, do, get lots of stuff done and achieve things. You know, you're on a holiday, things will just come to you. You can just be relaxed. The being in the shop and choosing things can be about, making choices about what you consume. Not necessarily food, but also about information and media and knowledge, and what are you taking in, what are you kind of hearing and taking in and consuming. The dress, a wedding dress can be about commitment, but the fact that this was a dress that didn't really quite fit properly also kind of signifies, or the dress and clothes in general can signify a sort of persona or role. The fact it didn't fit properly was saying that you were sort of putting on a role, or you maybe weren't quite comfortable with a persona or role. And then the watering the plants was about nurturing and growth. Plants themselves are about progressive growth. And the watering them was sort of nurturing them. And actually, this all made sense in the context of my life, because I'd recently gone through a week of feeling really quite unwell. Just because 10 days ago, had recurrent migraines and headaches, was just really not well at all. But the week prior to that, I'd been really busy and I'd been having a lot of sort of ideas about how I was going to move forward in my life, and what maybe I could do in terms of work and working for myself, because at the moment I'm in social security. I haven't worked for 7 years because of chronic illness. So I was looking at lots of ideas, and I was getting quite, in my head with it, and doing, and getting caught up, seeing lots of stuff. And what I'd stopped doing was a lot of the things that I do on a daily basis that help me stay well and feel good, which is a bit of yoga, which is a bit of meditation, which is having regular rest periods. And I was sort of cutting that out, I won't do the yoga today because I'm going to watch this, free webinar about starting a business or whatever it was. And I'd become too, I was just doing too much and not having a good balance of, things that were nurturing to me. So what the dream, and what someone had said to me, a woman who I actually get some Reiki from, had said, you need to rest, you need to stop. And you just need to have a week where you do none of that stuff and you focus on none of that stuff and you just restore balance. And so that's what I've been doing this kind of last few days. And so this dream really for me was just confirming what she'd said. It was this, holiday, you need to take relaxation time. It was the choosing things in the shop. I need to be more discerning around what I'm choosing to take in, what knowledge and information I take in, because I got to a point where I was just taking in everything. Here's another free workshop. Here's another person doing this. I have to watch it all. I have to know everything. And I'm not really at the stage where I even really, it's good to be aware of some of that stuff that's out there, but I didn't need to be doing it to the extent that I was. And so just last night, actually, I deleted some of the things I had saved to watch because I thought, this isn't even for me. I just know it's not. And so, yeah, the being more discerning about what I consume and choose to consume was the being in the shop. The wedding dress, I think, was just showing that I don't really know where I am at the moment. I don't really know what my persona or my role is. I'm in this sort of transition phase of, I was this very sick person who was very ill and really couldn't do anything to, I'm not that person who's like, I can go out and work and do lots of stuff, but I'm also like, I might have a few hours a week where I can maybe do some stuff, but I can't be consistent about it. So what can I do? What can that look like? Yeah, I'm in this sort of transition phase of not really knowing quite who I am and what I'm going to offer. And so that was this, the dress sort of didn't quite fit right. I don't quite know, where I'm going. And then the plants was showing that, if I nurture these plants, water these plants, they're going to, it stood for progressive growth. Then if I can sit back and nurture myself, then I will grow into whatever, is sort of planned for me, if you like. So yeah, what I've taken out of that is I need to kind of sit back and relax, be more choosy about what I'm taking in, be nurturing myself and looking after myself. And the growth will happen and I will grow into or go down a path I'm supposed to be going. So that was really what that dream told me. So yeah, I'll see you tomorrow for day 4.